Welcome to Hacker Noon. I'm your host, Trent Lipinski. In this episode, we're going to talk about Apple banning Facebook and Google from having access to their developer tools for privacy violations. This is a new style of content that we're trying out here at Hacker Noon, so please bear with me as there might be a few technical hiccups, but we're going to give this a shot. So we're going to screen share here, and I'm going to talk about this recent breaking news story. So we've got quite a few things going on here where Facebook was paying teenagers to install a VPN that spies on them. Desperate for data on its competitors, Facebook has been secretly paying people to install a Facebook Research VPN that lets the company suck in all of a user's phone and web activity similar to Facebook's Onvino Protect app that Apple banned in June and that was removed in August. Facebook sidesteps the App Store and rewards teenagers and adults to download the Research app and give it root access to the network, in which may be a violation of Apple policy. So the social network can decrypt and analyze their phone activity, a TechCrunch investigation has confirmed. Facebook admitted to TechCrunch it was running the Research program to gather data on usage habits. Since 2016, Facebook has been paying users ages 13 to 35 up to $20 per month plus referral fees to sell their privacy by installing the iOS or Android Facebook Research app. Facebook even asked users to screenshot their Amazon order history page. The program is administered through the beta testing services Applause, BetaHound, and Utest to cloak Facebook's involvement and is referred in some documentation as Project Atlas, a fitting name for Facebook's effort to map new trends and rivals around the globe. Yeah, so basically Facebook was hiding the fact that they were spying on teenagers, including children as young as 13 years old, and paying them to basically be spied on, including their Amazon history. This is a huge privacy violation. This is why Apple has gone ahead and banned Facebook's app. So in the wake of this investigative report that I was just reading you, Apple went ahead and blocked it before Facebook could even take it down themselves. So we've never seen anything like this before. A major tech company is blocking another major tech company from having access to their developer tools because that company was abusing those developer tools and using them to allow users who were being paid to be spied on to, basically skirt the App Store, get around Apple's privacy issues, Apple's privacy policies by using developer tools to get direct access to people's iPhones when they weren't allowed to. And I don't know what's going to happen with this. I don't know what Apple's going to do to Facebook for this. This is a major privacy concern and a major violation. This is what happens when you run a company that makes their money from data and not from selling a product or a service. So it's been said, if you're getting a service for free, you're probably the product. And in this case, that seems to be what is happening. So Apple has taken steps to stop this from happening because they don't want the people they've sold products to from being spied on by a major mega corporation. So that's what's happening. This is a pretty incredible story that, Apple is saying no to Facebook, and it gets more complicated. Turns out Google was also doing the same thing and has also been banned from running internal iOS applications after they misused their enterprise developer certificate and services as well. Google has at least released statements and seems to be talking to the press here. They've even gone ahead and apologized, saying this should not have we should not have operated under Apple's developer enterprise program. This was a mistake. So at least Google is admitting that they made a mistake and they realized that what they did was wrong. Facebook, on the other hand, I don't know. So the other crazy thing is another study was actually released today stating that Facebook users who quit the social network for a month feel happier. So this is research out of Stanford and New York University. Over 2,488 people were involved in this study that had spent an average of an hour a day on Facebook. After doing this study, they were asked to stop using Facebook for an entire month, and compared to a control group who continued to use Facebook. And what they found is the people who quit using Facebook for that month were happier and more social with their friends and family and watch more TV. Well, it's probably not a good thing that they watch more TV. It is a good thing that they spent more time with friends and family, and overall, they were happier. What was also fascinating is the group that was deactivated then reported that after the experiment, they used social networks and Facebook less after the experiment was over. So this month break gave them some perspective, allowing them to realize that, hey, using Facebook makes me unhappy. So once the experiment was over, many of them continued to stop using Facebook or significantly used it less, which is pretty crazy. So not sure what's happening with Facebook and Apple and Google these days. I mean, recently they've colluded to censor certain people from the internet, like Alex Jones, and they've been working together. But then in other situations, they seem at war. Apple banning Facebook and Google from having access to developer tools, that's pretty significant. I mean, this is going to prevent Facebook and Google from being able to develop iOS apps. It doesn't completely stop them from being able to continue development, but it makes it much, much harder to do testing, much, much harder to make sure that there are no bugs and that they're releasing quality apps. So this is going to have a significant impact on both Google and Facebook, and we'll see what Apple does next. This is a major, major privacy, situation. And when it comes to data and these violations, I mean, Facebook, first they had Cambridge Analytica with the 2016 election. They interfered, in the election there. You also had, another data breach. Data got leaked. A lot of users' information got sold. Even my mom's personal information leaked from Facebook and got resold on the internet, and she's been receiving crazy phone calls. So this is, really, really, this impacts real people who are having their data stolen, who are being spied on. And I can't imagine how this is going to be good for Facebook's brand and their product moving forward. These are major privacy violations, and they just don't seem to care or take people's privacy into concern. So if you use Facebook or you continue to use Facebook, be warned, they're spying on you. That's kind of the point. They're making money off your data, and they're apparently continuing to do things that they shouldn't do. Mark Zuckerberg was pulled in front of Congress and, was questioned about all these things, and nothing seems to have changed. They continue to run this program, and they continue to spy on kids as young as 13 years old. So at this point, Facebook is spying on our children. They've interfered in our elections, and they're leaking our data. So I guess that's that. If you like this style of content and you'd like to see more, again, please leave a comment and let us know. We're still going to continue to do interviews in the podcast, so please stay tuned to this channel, and maybe we'll have more of these videos in the future. Thanks for watching.